When I was at uni doing psych, I remember this one takeaway, which is to learn something, you actually have to sleep in between learning. So, for examples, at uni, we used to have a summer intensive programs where we basically learn to hold a subject in within like 3 weeks, for example, from 9 to 5. I did this once with my Japanese class. So I did like Japanese 1A and 1B all in one summer. And we did it all in like 6 weeks. So 3 weeks for each subject. Believe me, I don't remember anything Japanese except for the ones that you watch on anime usually. Because when from the takeaway of that particular study, it was better to you to learn something for 3 hours a week, and then you do homework, and then you sleep, and then you come back again the next week, and you learn something about it for 3 weeks, and then you do 3 weeks of homework, and then you sleep, and then keep on going for the next 10 weeks of the rest of the semester. Because what happens during sleep and during that in between space, like your brain actually reorganizes a lot of things, and it also consolidate a lot of things that you're learning. So it basically solidified the learning experience, and it also trim away all the things that you don't need. So it's being retained by the brain a lot more, and it goes into the long-term storage, and therefore you actually manage to learn something for the rest of your life about that particular subject or about anything that you want to learn. The problem is right now around the world, I saw on TikTok that children right now are not having enough sleep because they're basically studying from like 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night. And I know most of them are in East Asia, and is the pressure to compete, especially in the education space, is huge. When I was in middle schools in grade 9, I remember there is one person who was like that, and he was very, very packed. Like his schedule was very packed. After school, he would have lessons after lessons, and yes, he was ranked number one, but he didn't have a life. Even me, as a, like part of the top tens, and I still had a life when I was younger. Right now, maybe because I have potentially autism on the spectrum, that my nervous system couldn't handle just having a regular life, because it's just too intense. And I think to some degree, my younger experience of having a very intense life could also contribute to that burnout. But that's for my specific nervous system. I'm just talking to normal people. I think like it's better if you just have space in between so that it can consolidate and reintegrate, and you're not going to be burnt out.